Last week it was too sunny, today it's too windy, so I apologise if that's an annoying noise on the microphone. I can't hear it yet. I will in editing and I'll think, that's an annoying noise on the microphone. I don't have a lot to talk to you about this week for Work in Progress Wednesday, but that's never stopped me before, so here we are. Last week I had on the loom the piece with all the weft floats, and that is not wet finished, because I've had the kind of week, you know, when you can't really get out of your own way and you kind of want to do stuff but you don't quite get around to doing it because you're in your own way. That's the kind of week I've had. But so it's not wet finished. It'll look different when it is, and I'll show you when it is, which maybe next week. I make no promises, so ignore these ends and things. But here's how all the floats came out on the floaty side. So it's a really nice texture. It's quite thick and heavy feeling, which is nice. It'll be nice in winter, so it's a good thing that I started this in spring, isn't it? And I've done a twisted fringe on the end there, if that's staying in shot at all, which I don't think that it is. We'll try it. No. Throw that over there. Here we go. There we go, twisted fringe on the end. Now on the other side, because obviously when you've got these floats on the front, something's got to be happening on the back. I've got this orange warp texture, which I think looks quite cool. I think either side could be the good side, if that makes sense. So that is done and off the loom, needs a wash. The one that I didn't wash last week, I still haven't washed in my own way. So, just tripping over myself all week. Now, last week I waved some yarn at you, and that is on the loom, and I do have a photograph of that to show you because I literally warped it up this morning and got a little bit going so that I had something interesting to show you, and it's not really interesting enough to warrant taking the whole camera in to look at it. So here's how it's looking at the moment. It is literally just started. So I have a bit of trouble with the edges, I think because my warp is so thin. So the edges are coming out loopy because I'm trying to avoid drawing. I don't want it to get any narrower because it's quite narrow already. So I'm going with a textured edge and I'm pretending that's on purpose. I've done it before, it's worked fine. The colour in the warp, the colour in the weft is just about to start changing, and I don't blame you if you can't see that change. It's very, very subtle so far. I think it's blending into white and then it'll go into the purple that matches the warp. Hopefully I can show you that off the loom and finished next week, maybe even wet finished, and maybe this one will be wet finished, and the one that I showed you last week that I hadn't wet finished, maybe I'll have wet finished it. Maybe. I am in my own way. So the other thing that I did this week is I went magnet fishing. And if you don't know, magnet fishing is literally what it sounds like. You tie a big magnet to the end of a rope, you throw it into some water, and you see what gets attracted to your magnet. And in my case, what got attracted to my magnet was quite a lot of stones. So quite a lot of magnetic stones in the creek near my house, apparently. No treasure. I didn't find anything. Well, I found stuff. There's stuff there that my magnet was attracted to and locked onto. And I couldn't pull any of it up. Now, whether that's because it was buried under the mud at the bottom of the creek or whether my magnet is feeble, I'll lean towards the second, I don't know. But I'm looking at getting a better magnet and better rope because the rope I picked was absolute trash. And going again because I didn't catch anything, I didn't pull anything out, but I had a really nice day, a really nice afternoon down by the creek. And I also got some fantastic footage of me throwing stuff off bridges. And some very satisfying footage of things going sploosh. Because the plan was I was going to make a whole video about the time I went magnet fishing, but I didn't catch anything. So I thought, what a crap video that would be. So I didn't bother doing it. But I've got a lot of footage of me on bridges now, which is good. You never know when that might come in handy. All right, I'm going to get out of the wind. I'm really sorry because I know that this sounds terrible on the mic. I have a cheap camera and it doesn't cope. You take care of yourself. I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.